Hey guys, how's it going? It's Danilo from LePage and the King Realty Group. Hope you guys are having a great day. We're in May now, guys, and we're going to take a look at April stats for 2018. So thanks again for joining us, guys. Here we go. All right, guys, so we're back at it again. We're reviewing the stats of last month, which is April 2018. So a little bit delayed in the video this month because we're a little bit busy in the month of May. It is spring market, and so a lot of things are going on. But I did definitely want to send this video out in this month. I know in a few weeks from now, probably we're going to be talking about April numbers, but at least this is going to give you a little bit of information. I did have some communications from people saying, hey, where's the video? And so I definitely needed to get this done, okay? So again, guys, just to remind you, what we're looking at here is the average price points of detached, semi-detaches, townhomes, and also condos in the GTA. And we're looking at the sales stats as well of the month of April. And also we're going to take a look at the different months of inventory for the different micro regions. So we're looking at the Toronto region, Peel region, York region, and Durham as well. And we're trying to figure out if we're going to buy or seller market in these regions. And that's the type of stuff we're looking at, okay? We're also going to review, now that we have a few months in 2018, we're going to take a look at how we've been doing year to date, meaning from January 1st to now, how have we been performing? These numbers might interest you, and they might contrast some of these numbers that we're using to compare to last year. I actually prefer using year to dates because that really shows us how we've been performing month to month, and it's been positive, okay? So let's get started, guys, with GTA price points. The first one is detached homes. So we have here detached homes at $1,030,103. That's actually down 14.4% from last year. Again, though, just like I've mentioned in the last few months, we are comparing to a peak time last year, and so we are seeing drops. And also, obviously, the Ontario housing policies that were implemented last year also affected these numbers, okay? Take a look at semi-detaches. We have 792,385. That is down 6.4%. Townhomes, we got it at 645,172. That is down 7.8%. And we got condos as well at 559,343, and that is up 3.2%. So again, you see negatives, and then all of a sudden condos is positive. So that's actually what we've been seeing for the last few months, and even into last year, condos have been very strong, and there's a lot of demand. And what I've mentioned in previous videos is that it is an entry-level price point, and a lot of demand for that type of price point. This is why we're seeing that condos shooting up still. And you know what? I think that's going to continue. Okay. So again, guys, remember, we are seeing negative numbers here comparing to last year. Last year was a peak time, meaning that we had it was actually record sales last year, okay? And we had an inventory problem, and so that's something that we're not experiencing this year, okay? Perfect. So guys, let's take a look at the sales numbers here. We have 7,792 sales. It's down 32%, but again, same thing, guys. We're comparing to a peak time last year. Inventory was low. A lot of people were buying homes. They were buying whatever was on the market, basically. And now that there's some more inventory, people are a little bit more hesitant in making that commitment. But homes are moving, and now that we're in May, things are picking up. Definitely, nice homes on the market are getting sold for sure, and buyers are out there doing purchases. Okay, so if you want any questions though about these particular sets of numbers, you let me know. Every micro market is a little different. Neighborhoods operate a little differently as well. So there's some neighborhoods out there that are even getting offer dates, meaning there's multiple offers. And I'm sure even if you compare it to last year, they might be still positive. Okay, but we're giving, this is a general numbers here, and we're looking at a broad region. Okay. Okay, perfect, guys. So let's move on and let's talk about months of inventory. First one we got here is Toronto, and we see that it's at 1.6 months of inventory. So as I mentioned before, if we are 4 months of inventory or less, we're kind of more so in a seller's market. In the city of Toronto, though, it's a big region, and again, like I said just before, different markets operate differently. Different neighborhoods operate differently, and so there might be some neighborhoods performing better than others. Okay. In Durham, same sort of thing here, guys. We're seeing 2.06 months of inventory, so technically seller's market. But again, some pockets are operating better than others. Okay. In Peel region, we have 1.88 months of inventory. Again, technically sellers. Again, some neighborhoods are operating a little bit or performing a little bit better than others. I think, though, regardless, if you have a nice product, a nice property, you staging, you really marketed well, you did videos, you did pictures, and you really spent some time in the marketing, you make sure it's all cleaned up when people come to visit, that's going to make your sale turn out a lot better, okay? Perfect. So that's what we're looking at now. And right, last one here, York region. So this is contrasting to all the different regions here at 4.47 months of inventory, definitely crossing over into a buyer market territory. And that is definitely evident up in Newmarket, up in Aurora, where those $1 million homes are definitely down in price from last year. And so and some of these listings are actually just expiring, getting suspended, and not selling some of them too. Okay, so a lot of competition out there among the sellers. And so as a buyer, if you're looking to get into that region, this is the time really, because you're going to pay a lot less than last year, and you're going to have a lot to choose from. So you have a negotiating power on your side, and you're able to kind of get accepted offers with condition on financing, condition on inspections, and you're going to be able to haggle and negotiate the price down. Okay, so those are the numbers, guys. We're looking at we saw the average price points, the sales, months of inventory. Now we're going to move on and talk a little bit more about some of the changes in our marketplace. So we had a stress test qualification go up. So the Bank of Canada has increased their 5-year fixed rate from 5.14 to 5.34. There is an increase now. So when you're going to get a mortgage or stress test, you're going to be you're going to qualify for a higher rate. I did talk to my mortgage broker partners that obviously do mortgages every day, and I asked them, is this going to be a huge impact on our buyers? And the answer was not really, because at the end of the day, the A lenders are might be a little bit more stringent, but they're offering a lot of rate cuts on variable rates. And apparently, based on some of the economics that we're looking at, yes, they're projecting increases in interest rate, but it may not be as high as you think. So over the next few years, the interest might be similar to today. Okay. Outside of that, the B lenders are very competitive right now, and they're offering good products, mortgage products to buyers. And so for that reason, even though it has gone up a few basis points for the stress test, it's not really going to affect people too much. Okay. So guys, another thing here is average prices have gone up month to month since January 2018. I mentioned earlier that we wanted to take a look year to date. So from January 1st to now, we've actually increased 9% average. Okay. So that means we've been going up month to month, even though if we compare to last year, obviously we have negative numbers. Month to month, though, in 2018, we have been going up. So that's actually a good trend, obviously, when we're looking at that type of those numbers. Okay. So in general, most regions are performing well. Some neighborhoods maybe not as well as others. So again, if you guys want to talk about your particular neighborhood, you want some information about where you currently live, it may be different than maybe a few kilometers east, a few kilometers west. So get in touch with us, guys. info@kingrealty.to or 647-931-1313. We can talk specifically about your neighborhood, and I can let you know some details about your location. Okay. So spring market, guys, has been pushed back about a month. If you recall, April was a little bit tough because of the weather, and so that kind of people stay in because of weather. Once it becomes a little nice, you've noticed the last few days have been a little nicer in May. People are going out and looking at properties now. They're getting back into the mood, and that does happen. This is why in the spring market, that's why a spring market is a thing, right? Buyers go out there and sellers perform the best in a spring market traditionally, anyway. Okay. So there's activity, guys. Buyers are buying and sellers are selling, but not everything is selling. Okay, so just keep that in mind, guys. And we got to be different from our neighbors. Again, I've said this in many other videos. You may have a few properties on the street for sale, so yours has got to be different. Otherwise, someone else is going to get their property sold before yours. Okay. Any questions, guys? Let me know. I hope you enjoyed this video. Again, we do this every month. And please subscribe to our YouTube channel so you can get notifications about that. What I've also started doing is answering questions in video form. And so if you look at some of the other sections in YouTube, if you're on YouTube right now, then you'll see that we've answered a lot of questions for buyers and sellers. And so get educated, guys. This is the most important thing. The plan is the most important thing before you do a purchase or sell. Okay. You have a great day. Again, Danilo from King Realty. Take care, guys. Thanks for watching the video. Take care.